Welcome to Las Vegas. Silver Toyota Prius. Thank Peter. We're in the wind, 6:27, and we're gonna go do a helicopter tour now. So we're here. We're gonna go all the way down there. Yeah, waiting for the tour bus to pick us up. We still don't have any coffee, we still don't have any food, and no places open. Do you know any places to go that have coffee?
We're not that kind of party. You're supposed to be up in the morning. Yeah, they're not open, man.
Alright, we're here, about to go and fly over the strip, and then they're going to go through to the Grand Canyon. Not my first helicopter flight, but first time seeing the Grand Canyon. What? Eat the scorpion?
If you want.
Scorpions.
More scorpions.
Yeah, in glass. And then they got a spider, check.
My name is Adam. I'm gonna go and get started. They're gonna sneak up and get our picture taken real quick. 3 in the front, 3 in the back. If that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Pretty cool.
That was so much fun, man.
Cool. Watch your
Loved
step.
it.
Got a couple cracks down here.
Now that is a pretty freaking cool experience. Look at this. Insane at the bottom of the canyon. With the river down there, Colorado River, and these helicopters are insane. I just love it. It's a thrill. It's a thrill.
To the round.
Right now, all the helicopters are getting refueled, and then we're going to fly on back. We're having a look at some Joshua trees here, which is the first time I'm seeing Joshua trees. This company went from 1 helicopter to now 37 helicopters. And it's one Vietnam helicopter pilot, and now he's 37 helicopters. I mean, that is the American dream. That was awesome. That was an experience. Maverick helicopter tours, man, fantastic. Close to the strip, one of the only ones that actually lands inside of the Grand Canyon to stop off and have a view. Unbelievable, unbelievable. We're in the Wynn Hotel and some kind of shopping mall around here where we are going to be going to the Earth Cafe to go have some great lattes with latte art.
Famous latte art. For 3.
Apparently it's an Italian cappuccino.
Spanish latte.
I'm full.
Very happy. We are looking for the Tesla drives that will take us.
LVCC West Station.
See what he does.
It's a 13-minute walk. James, are you good for that? Let's go underground in the Boring Company loop. We're jumping it because we just want to experience it.
Oh, just wanted a tour? Look at this iPad, you can see everything. Let me get my tunes. 40 feet on the ground right now.
Boring tunnel, in my view, great idea, but I think they spent 44 million or something like that doing the tunnels, or more than that. Is it cool? Hell yes, it's cool. Does it reduce all the traffic congestion, all the rest? Probably not a huge amount. Having a bunch of cars running around backwards and forwards is way too expensive if you've got 2 or 3 passengers and you have to pay for a driver to go around, where you could have one train going backwards and forwards with one driver on it versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, they've probably got 100 vehicles driving around here. We're going to the tallest building on the Las Vegas Strip for dinner. Let's see what it's like. Karen's gonna use the house luck. You know, I mean...
You know, grannies, a boot on wood is luck for good.
I tell you what, that lady was lucky.
My gran.
Yeah.
She used to win every bingo.
You'd be walking out of some store and they'll like have like some surprise that comes up. Guess what? She would win it.
She used to be part of the bowling club, and
Yeah.
they used to have raffles, and she'd be the one selling all these tickets. She'd win the raffle.
So I'm sure she got accused of rigging the system,
did.
right?
How you guys doing? Walk the view of the city and everything at night. Beautiful. See the lights and everything.
We're going to the top of the world! Ah! Life could be worse. Private party. Okay, I want to see what this is.
Tell me you're a dad without telling me you're a dad.
It's getting cold, buddy. It's cold up there. It's raw. It is. A little smaller, but you know. I'm excited. You know, I think there's so much going on at this trade show and so many people launching new products. Lots of car manufacturers launching EVs. That's pretty exciting, you know, so I want to go and have a look at the latest technology, what's going on, and really appreciate you coming and following the journey of CES from a transportation perspective. So let's get to it.
Open them and they're shaped like cars.
It's a little bit bigger than IT's World Congress. We're at the Qualcomm booth. We're obviously a partner with Qualcomm. We use all of their chipsets. We're showcasing some really cool technology here with pedestrian crossings and how we can make pedestrians safer for crossing the road and warning cars ahead of time that a pedestrian's actually ahead of them. Hey, how you doing? We're outside of Soul Robotics. Soul Robotics takes LiDAR information and turns it into digital information. So they get a 3D print of what's going on the roadways. We had applied information on taking that information from them and sharing it with vehicles through CV2X technology. You can actually see they've got a LiDAR sensor up there, and on the digital display, they're actually showing all the different pedestrians. So this is one of the ways that we can protect pedestrians on the roadways. So we can detect all of them around there, and we can broadcast that information out to the motorist that that's where the pedestrians are. Ahead of us is just a small vehicle. I'm gonna go stand by the wheels and you'll get an idea how big this vehicle is. And that'll tell you how big the show actually is here. So this gives you an idea of the size of these wheels. Absolutely huge. And the crazy thing with these vehicles is they've got all the technology on them. They've got GPS technology, they've got LiDAR, they've got radar, and they're driving these things autonomously. It's really cool technology. I mean, this thing's huge. But they've actually got dual GPS sensors up there that accurately track the vehicle within 1 centimeter. So Mercedes have got some really cool concept cars, and obviously their EQS. So we're gonna go have a look inside of Mercedes and see what they're doing. This is the EQS, which is the car that you can actually purchase right now. It's a fully electric vehicle. So we're standing here with the brand new EQXX, fully electric, over 400 miles of range. And to be honest, I think it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. One of the things you can see that they've done with this is they've really looked at the drag coefficient to extend the range. When you actually have a look at the way the back of the vehicle is, the whole reason for that is that you can reduce the drag coefficient, and they've got one of the lowest in the industry with this new concept car. The whole roof structure is built up as solar panels, so it charges as you drive. Everybody's going electric, and everybody's putting in a whole digital structure inside of their vehicles, digital screens and all the rest. This technology is coming out everywhere. It's going to change everything. So this is the electric Jeep. Now it's a 4x4E. It's actually got an electric engine, plus it's got a physical engine as well. So not quite fully electric yet, but they're getting there. This is the new Dodge Electric, which I think looks freaking gorgeous. They've hit all the right notes in this. I mean, for a fully electric vehicle from Dodge, this is just absolutely gorgeous. The hell? I have no idea what this is. I think they're just trying to show off the interiors of cars, what it could look like. It looks pretty cool, but it's kind of just showing off interior of the car. All right, so we're at Zoox here, and this is quite interesting, the way that they're doing their detection. They've actually got multiple different LiDAR sensors on each corner, and camera sensors. They got 2 different camera sensors and 2 LiDAR sensors. One sort of focused at that angle, another focused at this angle, so you don't get any blind spots. 2 GPS sensors at the top of the vehicle, obviously to get that accuracy that they're trying to do. So very, very interesting. For autonomous vehicles, this is where you're going to see it happen first, is in these small, expensive, because they will be expensive in the beginning, autonomous vehicles that shuttle people that last mile of the journey. Get on your normal buses, your normal trains, and then that last mile you can use one of these to take you to wherever you want to go. So we had Applied EV from Australia, and they are actually doing kind of a software-defined method of actually creating electric vehicles. So they've got some really cool stuff coming out here. You can see obviously these autonomous delivery robots, but then they've also got like a chassis where you can build your own type of platform around it. IndyCar has got an autonomous Indy racing series where a lot of different universities are actually building vehicles and testing who can go the fastest around a racetrack. So this whole autonomous side of it is becoming bigger and bigger. It's even going into motor racing. So interesting concept. So some of the things that AWS is involved in is, you know, the standards, OBD2, everybody's heard about that. That's the kind of data that we get in from the cars, the old 1970s standard, where they're now actually going to EVD, which is also grabbing a bunch of the information on charge levels and all the rest. So modernizing all those kinds of standards, which we're a big proponent from at Applied Information because of all the NEMA standards. And that's one of those things, is if you standardize this technology, it goes out into the industry and becomes much easier for people like ourselves to integrate and get all that information from the vehicles. So Lucid Motors is running all of their information on the Amazon cloud, but they're also doing integration with Alexa. So Alexa is your voice assistant inside of the vehicle. We're just at the corner of one hall, and they've got multiple different halls, and this is just automotive, bigger than any of the ITS shows that we have, but it's just automotive show. It's absolutely huge. Stop off and try out these massaging chairs. It's about $4,500 to $10,000 for these chairs, but whoa, they were really good. See how my glasses are cold and my body is warm. This is the new unveiling of the Sony and Honda partnership, where they're releasing an electric vehicle using all the Sony knowledge of digital screens and all those kind of things. A vehicle that is going to be a great experience for the user. Holy, this place is massive. I don't know how many steps we've done today, and we're not even halfway through CES. It is gigantic. You ready? Yeah. All right. It's day 2 of CES. As you can see, the weather is way better today. So we're outside. We're seeing all the outside exhibits. And one of the really cool ones, which I'm excited to look at, is the Waymo booth, which was, you know, the Google car back in the day that they changed it to Waymo. And they're some of the only level 5 autonomous driving vehicles. Level 5 means no drivers needed. And they're actually driving these in multiple different cities in the United States with no drivers as a ride-hailing taxi. So one of the crazy things with Waymo cars is that they use 3 different types of sensors. They're using cameras, they're using radar, and they're using LiDAR, and they're combining all 3 of those to get the vision on the roadway.
So you can see it's all about the driver experience nowadays. This vehicle has no steering wheel, but it's got screens for all the different passengers that are in the vehicle. This is where all the technology is changing. When you get level 5 autonomous vehicles, you can have every single seat with different technology so that people can relax and do work and watch Netflix while they're driving. Okay, so this is Waymo's autonomous driving truck. I've actually seen these driving on the Texas highways. What's quite interesting is I actually think this is going to be some of the technology that we see on the roadways before we see, passenger driving cars, because this is something that's easier to control. Driving on the freeways, getting these trucks all the way down, platooning trucks together, and these have got radar, LiDAR, and cameras, and they seem to be getting some success. Where's my camera guy? All right, so here is the ID.7, the latest electric vehicle from Volkswagen.
Dear guests, the show is about to begin. Before you leave, please take your time to have a closer look at the all-electric ID.7.
It's a bit lackluster. It's just a light show for a car and not telling us anything about the new technology that's in there. Rather know what's all the cool things about the car versus a light show. This is Google, but as you can see, it's incredibly busy. So we're gonna have to figure out whether or not or how we can get into this one because there's some big lines. Okay, all right. I don't think we've got enough time to wait around for an hour. We are going to head over to the North Hall, and the North Hall has got smart cities, so we'll show you some new gadgets and things like that are coming out in that hall. So as you can see, the most talked about topic is vehicle technology at CES, which is awesome. So it just means everybody's looking at vehicles. More and more people are designing cars without steering wheels now, and mainly for the passengers to have a great passenger experience. And this is kind of some of these concept cars that we're seeing at CES. I mean, there is everything in the show. So, I mean, these huge kind of like military grade cars as well, trucks. It's really cool. This is some of the cool technology RoboSend. They do transformer robots, and you can control them from your smartphone, voice commands. Just like brings me back to being a kid. I love it. It's about $900 to $1,000 for this item, and that's quite pricey for a toy.
Autobots, engage the enemy! We will never forsake this planet or its people.
DeLorean with a new concept car, electric vehicle, and it just looks really freaking cool. This is a really cool autonomous driving shuttle. The seats are super comfortable, it's Italian design. The windows are all electronic, so you can actually put different views on them. So he was playing like different screens on there and all the rest. It's like really cool. Where am I? Now, as you can see with these kind of shows, is you really actually can get lost in here. It is an absolute maze.
Tired 40,000 steps later.
How you doing?
It was an awesome show. Lots to see.
Thank you very much, sir.
And just shows you technology is is there, and the cars are just going to get more and more advanced. Have you ever been up in a helicopter before?
Never.
Okay. Another bucket list item.
Absolutely.
You know, this show is so big. Not only is it exhibits inside, the amount of meeting rooms in hotels and businesses taking over the hotel areas outside of the venues. It's just, I mean, there's 100 to 200,000 people here. It's insane. One of the tricks when you're walking across the crosswalk, always make eye contact with the driver. You make eye contact with the driver, you know that they've seen you, you say,